25 years ago, I was a junior in high school playing football, and I guess that's the year that Marcos started announcing the Panther games. And but maybe 25 years with the school district, but he's actually been announcing way before then, because he used to announce our games when we were in the Pee Wee leagues. We started in '81, and he would also do the junior high games. So I guess he's been doing it for quite a while. So I guess he said he started when he was in junior high. So in junior high, he started with his junior high games, and he moved into the Pee Wee leagues, and I guess he just kept it up from there.
The way he started was he was in class in 7th grade or 8th grade, and they announced over the announcements that they needed an announcer for the 7th grade games. So he went and he got the job, and ever since. So he's been announcing since he was in junior high. The reason is because he was a big fan of Howard Cosell.
Hello again, everyone. I'm Howard Cosell. Glad to have you aboard for NFL Monday Night Football here on ABC.
He liked the idea of what Howard did, the announcing, sports announcing.
Well, a most pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Ruben Alejandro, the Board of Trustees, and the entire administration at Weslaco East, I want to welcome you to Bobby Lackey Stadium. Has it been a year already? Welcome to Tinaco Bowl number 2. We know what happened last year. Who's going to win this year? Let's welcome our visitors, the Weslaco Panthers, and your very own, the Weslaco East Wildcats.
Well, my first time that I heard Marcos as an announcer was at the junior high school levels, and I was really impressed with him. He was being at a young age, he did real good, He had a good voice, and he still does. He reminds me of Walter Cronkite, He's got that voice, he's a natural.
Good evening. The death of a man who sang and played the guitar overshadows it.
Welcome your Weslaco Panthers. Here come your Wildcats.
And we're underway.
I met Marcos during the spring of 1985 when Fuad Matard, who was the previous announcer, announced that he was going to retire from that.
And that's the sound of a Wildcat, 1st and 10.
Marcos has a $1 million voice. He has great tone and clarity, and I knew that he would be a natural for the job.
Number 9, Gabriel Santillan finds. Number 3, touchdown Wildcats. Tommy Maldonado, touchdown Wildcats.
Basically, I've known Marcos all his life, I think. His sister and I went to school together, and I've known Marcos since he was a little kid and as he grew up. And he's been very involved in the community, and he's been here with us, and just a great guy.
Well, I think Marcos, first of all, is a people person. He loves people. Second of all, he's highly intelligent. So you combine those two traits together, and you get Marcos Hernandez. You get an individual who has a very unique way of calling the games. He has a very unique way of recognizing the plays. He has a very unique way of getting the audience excited.
Big hit delivered by number 17, David Mahoney.
He's been Mahoneyized. The big hit delivered by number 10, Juan Anguiano. Number 22, Saul Cuellar with the big run. There we go. Go block. On the run, picking up the first down, number 20, Brian Guerra. No. On the return for the Wildcats, number 3, Tommy Maldonado.
And I think for a parent to hear their child's name mentioned out there in front of the crowd, in front of everybody, is just the utmost pride. I mean, there's just so much pride that goes on inside a parent, or that the parent feels for their kid whenever they're the center of attention and they're doing well and they're being recognized for that.
94, Jacob Grimando on the stop of 5.
It's just a very rewarding feeling for a parent.
Well, I believe anyone who calls a game needs extensive amount of experience. He also needs some great assistants that are next to him helping him call the game.
Number 36, Edward Palomine, getting down
A
to...
spotter is the one that gives to the announcer all the information that he needs to know as far as to who's running the ball, who made the tackle.
3 on the return. On the return for the Wildcats, number 3, Tommy Maldonado.
And nowadays, the refs are mic'd.
The legal shift on the offense. Face mask, number 77 of the defense. Personal foul, top block on the offense. That penalty decline, 4th down.
But back then, we had to be well versed in the signals.
Ball resting at the 15, 1st and 10.
And anytime you hear an announcer on TV, he has a spotter. Any sport, you know, because he cannot see everything. I'm basically his eyes. You got to be glued to your binoculars the whole game.
7 on the return.
On the return for the Raiders, number 7, Blue Molina.
26 on the carry.
The call going to number 26, Javier Galvan.
90 on the hit, stop by.
The big hit delivered by number 90, Jose Montiel. Number 28, Eric Gonzalez. Touchdown Panthers.
I try to make him as best as he can be. 22 on the carry, stop by 23.
22.
You know, by giving him the right information. You know, because people don't want to see, 55 didn't make the tackle. So I make sure that it's right, the right information to make him look good.
28, stop by 10.
So I'm used to being in the background, so I don't mind.
The big hit delivered by number 10, Juan Anguiano.
I love it. I wouldn't trade it for anything. Plus him being my best friend and me being by there to help him, nothing better.
Not over. It's a lot of time. Darren Rivas finds number 11. On the catch, J.R. Villarreal. And that's the sound of a Wildcat 1st and 10. Brought to you by BGI.
When we first started advertising here in Weslaco, and I became the person in charge of selling advertising, I was a little leery about working with Marcos. Not because of Marcos, but because I had heard that other PA announcers were very temperamental about working in the press box, and that they had their own game and they had their own strategies, and that anybody that tried to get into their territory or their turf was going to get some kind of resistance. And so I worried. I thought to myself, we have a whole new job, a whole new level for our PA announcer, and I hope that that person can work with us.
Total price, buffalo wings and rings. Great food, no bull. Our fourth quarter sponsor.
But I was worried that that all of the new ads, the new type of announcements, that he'd be able to embrace that.
And that's the end of the first quarter here with a score, the Wildcats 7, Panthers 7. Proud sponsor returning for another great season is Miriam Guerra's Allstate Insurance Company as your first quarter sponsor.
And fortunately for us, he didn't even blink an eye. He accepted the responsibilities that we added to his role as a PA announcer.
That music means it's time for the ultimate fan cam. Let's see you dance, let's see you move, let's see your spirit. The ultimate fan cam, brought to you by the Ultimate Fitness Center. You are on the fan cam.
Before, the scoreboard, before all the show that goes on nowadays, which is wonderful to get people involved in.
Now that's how you dance on the Ultimate Fan Cam.
Back then, it was just the announcer's voice really that was out there. And he was the one that was responsible for bringing the crowd going.
Rivas going to the air, number 40, deflecting the pass, Michael Torres.
They complimented the crowd, and as soon as the crowd roared for any big play or any touchdown, I mean, you just can't help but getting excited.
Yes, I remember when it was only Marcos, and he would put in a lot of color to it.
And it is good by Mr. Automatic, as named by the press box crew.
I remember those days when there was no scoreboard, there was no video or anything. He did a very fine job, and I think because of that, he's still there.
Certainly the advances of technology that we've used here at the stadium have certainly played an important role in the game. However, Marcos, he has an exciting way of promoting the game. He has a very exciting way of calling the game. And I think with or without the technological advances that we've had and utilized today, certainly Marcos was a stellar individual calling the games.
One thing Weslaco does, and they do it well, they pretty much go first class with everything. And I think our PA announcer has done that. He really keeps the game up to where everyone can understand it and just keeps you going along. He's kind of like the narrator for the story that's evolving in front of you.
Touchdown Panthers. Lopez going to the air and he finds number 5, Zach Martin.
When one of the teams scores, he says it twice, almost all the time. He says, touchdown Panthers, touchdown Panthers, or Wildcats.
Number 27, touchdown Panthers. Aaron Sanchez, touchdown Panthers.
Touchdown Wildcats. Number 22, Saul Cuellar, touchdown Wildcats. And we have it's a ball game.
And he does that with the anticipation that he knows that the crowd is just going to get more excited and more wild because he says it twice. It's the second one is like an exclamation mark, even though he says it the same way every time.
Timeout, PSA Memorial.
Our timeout sponsor, as always, is Extreme Car Audio Plus.
You know, I always tell Marcos, and he knows some of my fellow officials, and that when they come to Weslaco, they say that Marcos is by far the best announcer they've ever heard, especially when they go to other stadiums. And Marcos has met some of them, and every time he sees them, they tell him the same thing, that he is the best announcer that they've heard at all the different venues they've been throughout the valley.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
I think he's the best in the valley, and I've heard it from many officials, not just one or two, a lot of football officials. Sometimes we have football official parties at my house after games or whatever, and they always come and shake his hand. This is the announcer, best announcer in the valley.
It means it's time for the Montalvo Insurance Agency Kids Camp. Who's on the Jumbotron? You can see it real well here tonight. This is a family show. Hey, the Montalvo Insurance Agency Kids Camp.
He likes to have fun. You know, he enjoys what he's doing, and he loves his job.
Well, where's the class of 1992? We're looking for you.
All right. A boy named Sue.
The way you hear him announcing, that's the way he is. He brings himself to the party.
No flags, no whistles.
You know, the times when Mishak Rivas was running and you could tell Marcos, all he had to say was that nobody's going to catch him. That he was off to the races, and he's got his coined phrases that he uses. And like people say, he's got that level of intelligence. He's got that command of the English language. He doesn't have any kind of accent that he has to work through to get out, to be able to say what he needs to say.
A special thanks to the folks at Sander Orthopedics and Sports Medicine for leading the way in providing our student athletes that special.
When you have to get ready for a game, most important thing is to know that you can have people that you can depend on. And Marcos was one of those people. You know, I never had to worry about him being there, and always knew that he was going to do a great job.
You know, as a head football coach, you know, there's a lot of things that go on, even starting on Sunday. Sunday, you're prepping and you're working, and, you know, one thing that you don't want is you don't want to be worrying about what's going to be said on the PA or what's not going to be said, or, you know, I've been in situations where the home PA guy he's barking like a dog because their mascots are dogs. You know, I'm like, oh my God, you know, one thing about Marcos is he's just a real professional. He keeps an even keel, and, you know, if we score a touchdown, it is what it is. If the opponent scores a touchdown, it is what it is. He calls it the way he sees it, and it's no bias.
I know Marcos has got a lot of things on his plates, a lot of things. And when I come in as a football coach, you know, I worry about getting our kids lined up and stuff. I know what kind of job we're going to get from the announcer. You know, a top-notch professional job. You know, he's done it for 25 years, I believe, and he's always done a great job, a great job.
And that's the sound of a Wildcat, 1st and 10.
we never have to worry about, you know, the lineups and stuff because he's been there, he knows the kids, and, you know, he's a big part of not only WISD athletics, a big part of the community.
And it'll be Panther football, number 10 there to recover for the Panthers. Chris Marroquin, first and 10 for the purple and white.
I would describe him as a 12th man for the teams that we have now, the Wildcats and the Panthers, because again, his distinct voice is part of the game, and I just can't really see a game without his voice out there. Listening to him, it's just his voice is associated with Weslaco football now.
District for their support. Go Weslaco!
He did a great job for us, and it's a part of the Weslaco tradition. Just like when we lighted up the Tanaco on Friday nights after winning a football game, Marcos is part of that tradition. And so those are some of the things that I will always remember about Weslaco.
I remember once when we were going through that playoff run, as we walked on the field after one of our games, when he came on the intercom and announced that for the third year in a row, Weslaco East was in the playoffs. That was a very proud moment for me, and you know, it gives you a sense of accomplishment.
You know, last year's Nicky Road game was pretty exciting. It went into a double overtime, but to get us there, we had to come back and do a long kind of a Hail Mary pass by Robbie Lopez to Brandon Lopez, and that whole scenario, you know, the thing that I do remember most is, well, obviously was the play, but then afterwards was the emotion and the excitement from the fans, and Marcus, you know, feeding on that and then leading us on, and then we got into overtime, and then we ended up winning. But I think a lot of it had to do with the play, and then Marcus continuing to fuel the fire, which was, you know, a home field advantage. You kind of, well, hopefully you can do something like that. But Marcus was amazing that day.
When I was a senior playing the first game of the season, and it was against Mission, and at that game, I know it was ex-Dallas Cowboys coach Tom Landy who came out here and did the coin toss, and we had the ball. We were driving. It was our first drive of the game, and we're driving down the field, and I threw a pass to, at that time, receiver was Clay Yannick, one of our receivers, and I threw a pass to him in the end zone. He caught it, touchdown Panthers, and there goes Marcos's voice, and it was just, again, the exclamation point on that play, and it was just amazing. You know, people just erupted.
We had a playoff game with Laredo United sometime back at the Alamo Dome, and we all went over there, and we didn't know who was going to be the announcer, and to much to our surprise, it was Marcos, you know. Everybody got excited, man. Everybody was yelling.
You're a familiar voice tonight, Carlos. Over at the PA announcing, that's our very own Marcos Hernandez, who's been assigned to do that for this ball game. Weslaco is the home team.
You know, you could feel like you were at home, you know. You were back in Bobby Lackey Stadium, you know. And it was just exciting to hear Marcos up there play-by-play because it made us feel home, you know.
The one thing that I can remember that Marcus really did and brought out, our fourth year in the playoff, we finally broke through and we beat Corpus Christi Ray. And I could just remember the kids going crazy, and I could remember the announcer.
That's the first playoff win in school history.
Announcing to everyone, it was Weslaco East's first playoff win, and the crowd just going crazy. And East wins, East wins. I still remember that it happened yesterday. So, you know, he always brings that to the game.
Last game of the season during that first year that I was there at Weslaco, I had broken a vertebra in my back, and so I was in the hospital all week long and had to do the game planning from the hospital bed. During the game, I was hooked up with a telephone to the coaches on the sideline and up in the press box to make the calls. Well, we won that last game 20-0, and Marcos would never let me forget that because he would always tell me, Coach, you need to coach from a hospital bed. Well, I haven't done it since then, Marcos, so I am still undefeated coaching from a hospital bed.
There was a game one time in Barbie Field. I can't remember the year. It had been early 90s, I believe. Mission had a quarterback named Lupe Rodriguez. At that time, he was breaking records all over the passing records, and they went 3 deep into the playoffs. And they came to Barbie Field, and I believe the Panthers sacked him more than 10 times. And on one of them, Mark said, and that's Lupe Rodriguez, he's been annihilated in the backfield by George Cermeño, I believe it was. And that really ignited the people. Like, annihilated? Everybody was like, okay, where did you come up with that?
Marcos is legendary. Marcos is one that who fills Marcos' shoes after this, who knows, but hopefully somebody in the junior high levels now, or the elementary levels now, are working towards becoming the follower of Marcos Hernandez.
Thank you for the memories.
We're very fortunate to have Marcos Hernandez here at Weslaco Independent School District as our sports announcer. Very fortunate, and I want to say this, that Marcos Hernandez is the one and only true voice, the official voice of the Weslaco High School Panthers and the Weslaco East High School Wildcats. None other.
The funny thing is, I bet you maybe 98% of the people in the stadium have never seen him because he's always upstairs. They probably think it's a voice from above, but he comes in and he goes in through the back, goes up to the press box. So maybe he'll show a picture of him on the Jumbotron or something so people can say, that's the guy that's behind the voice.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Adrian Gonzalez, and I'm a member of the School Board of Trustees. This is a very special day for us here at Bobby Lackey Stadium because I have the distinct honor of recognizing a man that has become a legend. Most of us only hear the voice over the PA system, but we hardly ever get to see the face behind the microphone. But what makes this a very special day is that our public address announcer is celebrating 25 years of announcing our varsity football games here in Weslaco. So tonight, please join me in honoring the voice of the Wildcats and the voice of the Panthers, Mr. Marcos Hernandez. Marcos, there was a lot of people that wanted to be part of this day for you. And so we put a short video together to allow them the opportunity to honor you today. So ladies and gentlemen, let's focus our attention to the scoreboard.
I can't thank you enough for all your years of service to the school district, to the Wildcats, and I sincerely congratulate you and thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything you've done for all the kids and everyone in Weslaco ISD.
Thank you. We really appreciate you, Marcos. You're the best, not only in Weslaco and the Mid-Valley, but you're known throughout the Valley as one of the best announcers. Thank you.
Marcos, at Weslaco East, the students, the coaches, our administration would like to thank you for doing such a professional job the last 25 years. Keep it up, you do a great job, and again, we'd like to thank you at Weslaco East.
Marcos, I just want to congratulate you for the many years of service that you provided to Weslaco football. It's been a wonderful experience playing for the Panthers back when I was in high school, and having you as an announcer and that unique voice you have is just complimenting the crowd and the excitement of the game. So I want to wish you well and continued success, and congratulations for this many years of service. Thank you.
Marcos, I am very proud of you, my friend. I consider you a very good friend, if not one of my best friends, Marcos. You're a natural, and I just want to congratulate you on your 25th anniversary as a sports announcer for Weslaco Independent School District.
Marcos, I want to wish you congratulations on your 25 years, and I think that you should get the next 25 years just as memorable as the first 25 years. So go Marcos, And Weslaco Panthers, you go sick 'em.
Marcos, congratulations on your 25th anniversary. We're all extremely proud of you, and we wish you another 25 years of calling games for not only Weslaco Panthers and Weslaco East Wildcats, but any other high school that may be built here in Weslaco. Congratulations again.
Marcos, congratulations on 25 years of working with us up in the press box. We love having you up there. We love you allowing us to be in your territory, and we hope that you have another tremendous success with another 25 years. We are privileged for you to make us a part of your career and a part of your experience. So have a great day. Congratulations, 25 years.
Marcos, on behalf of the school board, I want to say thank you for 25 years. You've done a fantastic job. You've become part of the culture in this stadium. It's amazing, and we hope we have you here for another 25 years. Good luck and all the best, man.
Marcos, my good friend. We've been friends for over 20 years. This is a wonderful event. Congratulations on your 25th anniversary of announcing the Panthers and now the Wildcats as well. I know you've been announcing longer than that, and I want to congratulate you on that, and wish you all the best in the future.
Congratulations, Marcos, on your 25 years. I'm glad to be your spotter, and let's do this for another 25 years, if we can.
Marcos, what are your thoughts on this special day?
Well, thank you, Adrian. It has been indeed a pleasure and an honor for me to be the voice of the Panthers and the Wildcats. Thank you, everybody on the Jumbotron. I know we've got the best fans on both sides and the best teams also in District 31-5A. So, Lord willing, and we'll be here for another 25.
As you can see, he's a natural, I'm not. I personally want to thank you from a level of professionalism you bringing to our varsity football here in Weslaco. As a school board member, you make our visiting teams feel welcomed. You allow our coaches to focus on their game. And most importantly, you make the parents of our players proud when you announce their name. I want to wish you another 25 years of success. And I think you can do starting those another 25 years with a well-deserved standing ovation. So ladies and gentlemen, please stand and let's honor our PA, our announcer, with a big round of applause. The voice of the Panther and the Wildcats, Marcos Hernandez. Thank you.
Thank you.